It was the dawning of a new era in the NBA. A rookie by the name of Magic Johnson joins the Los Angeles Lakers, and they open in San Diego. Trailing the Clippers by a point, the Lakers set up the inbounds pass to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He rolled up an 18-foot sky hook, and Magic Johnson responded with the kind of enthusiasm that wins championships. Meanwhile, Billy Cunningham was building a strong team in Philadelphia, but he needed an enforcer, someone with muscle who would go in and take the challenge. He found it. Chocolate Thunder, Daryl Dawkins, and the 76ers were rolling. At the All-Star game, it was still another rookie by the name of Larry Bird from the Boston Celtics, who ignited the Eastern Conference stars with this pass in overtime to George Gervin. Then it was playoff time. The battle for the Eastern Conference title. The Boston Celtics favored. Bobby Jones off Billy C's bench. The 76ers take command. And the man who drove Philly all year was the doctor, Julius Erving, playing his finest basketball since coming to the NBA. Game 5. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the second half tossed in 22 points, 38 for the game, and the Lakers had won it. It's the NBA World Championship Series. The Philadelphia 76ers with the Doctor and Chocolate Thunder against the Los Angeles Lakers with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the Magic Man. Coming up on CBS. It's the NBA World Championship Series on CBS, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Philadelphia 76ers. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brent Musburger. Thank you so much for inviting us in today. Two teams with rich basketball traditions. Quickly, the injury situation. Lionel Hollins is all right. He was elbowed in practice. He will be able to go for Billy C today. Magic Johnson, no problems. He's over the flu. Now, the two men who will tell you what to expect in this series. My marvelous colleagues, Bill Russell and Hot Rod Hundley. Let's go to them now.
All right, Brent, now you take a look at Philadelphia. First of all, Russ, they beat the Boston Celtics 4 out of 5. They held them defensively to under 100 points a game in the 5 games. Beautiful defense. And on the offensive end, at the forwards, Julius Erving carried the load. He averaged 25 a game. The Doctor certainly will be the man they'll have to go to. Caldwell Jones, 7-footer, can play at that other forward. He can move to center. And a backcourt, Hollins, as Brent mentioned, will start this game. He can score and he can play defense. And Maurice Cheeks, every bit as fast in the backcourt. Well, man, that position at center, big Daryl Dawkins. And when you look at the Lakers, they have a guy that you like as a forward. And I'm speaking of Magic Johnson.
Right, you know, he starts at the guards. They got two strong guards, Magic Johnson and Norm Nixon. I think that Norman Nixon is the key to this series. If he has a good series, they're in a strong position. Now, the forwards, Jim Jones, that may be the soft spot in the Lakers. The other forward, Jamaal Wilkes, has been playing consistently. He had a slow start in shooting against the Sonics, but then he's in good shape. And in the middle, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he is the toughest. But you can't talk about the Lakers unless you talk about their bench. And I'm talking about Michael Cooper, the first substitute. Because between he and Magic Johnson, that gives the coach 2 extra players because they both play forward and guard. So it should be interesting.
All right, Russ, and now for the World Championship, let's go to Brent Musburger.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NBA World Championship Series. Let's first now meet the members of the Eastern Conference champion, Philadelphia 76ers. From UCLA, a 6'1" guard in his 8th year in the NBA, Henry Bibby. From North Carolina, a 6'9" forward in his 6th year, Bobby Jones. From Duke, a 6'6" guard, his first year, Jim Spanarkel. From Marquette, a 6'8" forward, his first year, Bernard Toon. And from Seattle, a 6'3" guard in his first year, Clint Richardson. The starting lineup for the Philadelphia 76ers. From West Texas State, a 6'1" guard is second year, Maurice Cheeks. From Arizona State, a 6'3" guard is fourth year, Lionel Hollins. From the planet Lovetron, 6'11" center, fifth year, Daryl Dawkins. From Albany State, 7-foot forward, seventh year, Caldwell Jones. Making a house call from Massachusetts, 6'6" forward, ninth year, here's the doctor, Julius Erving. The trainer of the Philadelphia 76ers, Al Domenico. Assistant coach, Chuck Daly. And the head coach, Billy Cunningham. Now, ladies and gentlemen, meet the members of the Western Conference champion Los Angeles Lakers. From UCLA, 6'3" guard, first year, Brad Holland. From Marquette, 6-foot guard, second year, Butch Lee. From Detroit, 6'9" forward, 11th year, Spencer Haywood. From New Mexico, 6'6" guard, second year, Michael Cooper. From Arizona State, 6'8" forward, third year, Mark Landsberger. From Syracuse, 6'7" forward, second year, Marty Burns. And the starting lineup for the Lakers. From Michigan State, the 6'8" guard, the rookie, Magic Johnson. From Duquesne, 6'2" guard, third year, Norm Nixon. From Marquette, 6'11" forward, eighth year, Jim Jones. Out of UCLA, 6'6" forward, sixth year, Jamaal Wilkes. UCLA, the 7'2" center is 11th year, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The trainer for the Lakers, Jack Curran. The assistant coach, Pat Riley. And the head coach, Paul Westhead. Ladies and gentlemen, the Western Conference champion Los Angeles Lakers. Ready to start game one, and I knew somebody was missing, Bill Russell. Has Steve Mix come out of the locker room yet? He'll never forgive me for not getting him introduced on national TV out of Toledo. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape here. Hot rod for the two big men, Kareem and Daryl Dawkins, and how does that unfold?
Well, you look at Doc, he's only 23. He's 10 years younger than Abdul-Jabbar, 6'11". Kareem, of course, 7'2". The weight, Dawkins outweighs him by 17 pounds. Kareem in his 11th year, defined for Dawkins. The rebounds, Kareem has averaged 10.8. Dawkins, 8.7 on the year. And block shots, it's Kareem, who has almost double the output by Dawkins. Or point average, Kareem, who has scores at will, it seems at times, averaging 24.8 to 14.7 by Daryl Dawkins.
Paul Westhead, who took over the Los Angeles Lakers after that unfortunate bicycle accident suffered by Jack McKinney, who began this year as the boss of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And Westhead maintains a very strong Philadelphia connection in this series because Paul was the head coach at LaSalle before coming out as McKinney's assistant. There's one of the underrated men, Caldwell Jones, on the 76ers. Players shaking hands, and the best of 7 series for the NBA World Championship is about to begin with Earl Strom, Jack Madden officiating on the floor, and Ed Rush as the alternate. It'll be Kareem and Caldwell Jones to dump it up, and we'll be underway. Controlled by Dawkins. He'll break free. Russ, it did not take Dawkins long to get into the flow on the opening tap.
Yes, and he was smart enough to take a high percentage shot on that one.
Here's Jamaal Wilkes tied up. Now, Russ, as this series unfolds, what should we look for defensively from the 76ers?
Well, they do a lot of good work helping out, and they got a good shot blocker in the whole front line are good shot blockers in Caldwell Jones, Dawkins, and Julius Erving.
Now, with Kareem having tied the score, the Lakers retreat on defense, Russ, and how will they unfold against Julius and the rest of the
Well, they're going to try to run everybody to the big guy and try to make him take the outside shot like that. Now, here's the key guy, Julius Erving. And what makes him so important is the Lakers are going to have to help out to guard him, because nobody can guard him straight away.
You said before the game began that Norm Nixon is the key man.
Well, Norm Nixon, I thought, set the pace for the last series with the Seattle, because he, in the sense that they say, took it to them.
Lionel Hollins, and immediately, Rod, we see that injured left arm, and he swooped in there with that hook shot.
He got that one over Kareem just with quickness. I think Kareem thought he was going to shoot it a little quicker than he did. He went right by him. Beautiful move by the guard.
So we are tied at 4 here in game 1, and Kareem put the Lakers ahead in 4 for him.
How about it?
Kareem that took his shot looked like Gus Williams on that one.
Little ballet move, beautifully done. I mean, this guy is playing as best he's ever played, in my opinion, Brett.
You know, Hot Rod, in looking at the scores of the Philadelphia-Boston series, I am so impressed by the fact that the Celtics did not get over 100 points in any of the 5 games. That's an unbelievable improvement by Billy C. with his defensive unit, as the doctor hits from the outside to tie it at 6.
For many years, a lot of people have said Julius Erving...
Steal by Lionel Hollins, Russ. We'll get back to that point now in just a minute. What about Julius?
A lot of people say if you keep him from going to his right, you can stop him. But he's hitting that jump shot now, and he is practically impossible to stop when he wants to do things. Now, he's got to come out strong this series, because he's got to let the guys know that everything's going to be all right. That's one of the things superstars have to do. They have to go out and set the pace and say, okay, guys, I'm ready, we're ready.
Here's Jamaal Wilkes.
Jamaal, great score, and if he gets hot, that'll really be a help for the Lakers, because that'll open it up inside for Kareem.
Now, one important matchup is going to be how well Jamaal does against Julius Erving. Because if he can counter Julius, then he's done more than his job.
That time he got help from the side by Norm Nixon, too. Huh, Rod?
And that time Julius went to his left, and that's a great move. So you're not going to stop him either way he goes.
Score it, and Norm Nixon fouled.
Now, there's going to, as this game develops, Brent, you'll see guys, as one player or another gets more effective, the other team react to this. And so, as you see, start off with Julius Erving, he hit a couple of shots, and so now you get double teamed. Now, one thing you have to watch for, will the teams overreact in trying to help out, to cover up what they consider weakness? Now, if the Lakers continue to double up and Julius Erving hits a free man, that's going to make it very tough for the rest of the guys defensively. So what they're going to have to try basically to do is to play one-on-one defense.
Cheeks tied the score. With that shot from the perimeter, Russ, we've got 8:42 to go in the first period. What about Magic Johnson? Where do you think he might be the most effective in this series? He can go in or out.
Well, I think their most effective lineup is when they're using Michael Cooper at guard with Norm Nixon and Magic Johnson at forward. Because if the Lakers have a weakness, and it's not a real big weakness, would be at the strong forward.
Here's your play a moment ago. Kareem doubled up. Everyone tries to get help on Kareem, regardless of who they're playing. It's always the guards that try to drop back in. The foul was charged to Dawkins.
And that's what I mean by stress and helping out in that double teaming and triple teaming. If Kareem and Julius both, they have to make enough points, they're taking enough shots to make the other team react to them, but then they've got to hit the open man.
All West Ted and the Laker brain trust. That was the first foul on Cheeks. Johnson with the score tied at 10, and steal by Cheeks, and he'll go for the layup, and the Sixers are up.
Might mention one thing here, Brent. Magic is still playing a little bit under the weather. I talked to him before he came got dressed for the game, and he said he doesn't feel 100%.
Jamaal has moved his shot that time, Russ, to the left side. So he's hit now from outside on both sides, and particularly in Seattle against the Sonics, he was devastating. And as Julius came past Jamaal, he was fouled.
Now, there's an example of Wilkes trying to stop Erving from going to his right, but Julius is just too quick. And he just makes a quick move. Watch how fast he's right by him. And then Wilkes reaches in to get the foul that kept Julius from going for the layup.
But what he did was he gave him a little fake, like he's going to go to his left. And this is a set of guys, just to get a guy leaning is all it takes.
Dawkins trying to get position, and he's turned it over. Offense.
That's his second foul. Now, if he gets in trouble, you may see Caldwell Jones move over and take Kareem.
Now,
Then bring up Bobby Jones.
Now, Dawkins does a much better job on Kareem than Caldwell Jones would, because Caldwell Jones is more of a finesse player, and he's just not big enough to finesse with a guy like Kareem, who's also a finesse player.
Russ, they got backdoor, and Magic missed the layup that time. The advantage of having Magic Johnson at 6'8". Here's Hollins going back to Cheeks. Pretty play by the Sixers.
Now, that's typical of the way that the 76ers play. They move the ball. That was a great fast break the way it was run. Not a lot of dribbling.
Kareem moving the other way. Dawkins can't pick up the third foul. Hot Rod, I think you're right. I see Bobby Jones.
Right, Caldwell Jones will move over. He'll move in and play Kareem when Dawkins goes out. Bobby Jones will move to the forward.
Hollins. Yanked away by Wilkes. Wilkes gets it off to Jones, who hasn't contributed much yet.
Made a pretty good move there. Looked like he had leaped too quickly, but he got a good roll. Philadelphia wisely will take a timeout.
Got a timeout in Los Angeles. You're watching Game 1 of the NBA World Championship Series on CBS. Game 2 will be Wednesday night, 11:30 Philadelphia time. As Hot Rod Hundley would say, there is Lawrence P. O'Brien, the commissioner of the NBA, and his lovely wife, Elva. They're alongside of him, and right behind them, the Dixons, who own the 76ers. That's Fitz and his bride there on the left. And Fitz was in the press room talking about what the Philly did yesterday at the Kentucky Derby. He's very big in the horse business. What a win by genuine risk. Leg 1 for the Philly. Imagine that. All right, the 76ers with possession. It is 16-14, Lakers by 2. Doctor pressured by Magic, who jumped into the passing lane, and here he is, keying the break, and it was deflected away by Cheeks, who looked awfully quick on that play.
That was a bad pass by Magic. He had a 3-on-1. He should have bounced the ball and would have had an easy layup, but when you try to throw it direct as he did, that made it easy for Cheeks to get a hand on it.
Jamaal Wilkes will inbound the ball. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Lakers. Philadelphia's bench just in the background. They go into Kareem, maneuvering on Caldwell Jones. And just as you predicted, Hot Rod, of course, it is Caldwell now moving over on Kareem. And Russ, how does that change the defensive look by the Sixers when Dawkins is out?
I would think, you know, Brent, that Caldwell Jones is going to have to put pressure on to keep him out further. Don't let him get his good positions. Did that last time. That's the third basket Kareem's made going to his left.
Bobby Jones inside, missing as he rotated. Magic coming down the middle. Yo-yoing back outside, and Cheeks with his hands full against that taller guard in this match. Inside now, Bobby Jones helps out on Kareem, and the guard reached back on Cheeks, and they have turned it over. 3-second violation on the Lakers.
That was a good job defensively by the Sixers. They've got to stop Kareem from going to the middle when he turned back to his left. He's 4 for 4 in field goal tries, and 3 of them turning left.
Jones is out on Bobby Jones. Cheeks dumps into Caldwell. Caldwell tied up at the baseline. Got the pass off to Lionel Hollins, who made a pretty move. Batted out of bounds by Kareem. Hollins read that play perfectly that time and came inside to help out, but Kareem got a hand and swatted it out of bounds.
He intimidated him on the shot and then knocked it away.
Magic trying to wrest it away and send it off Cheeks out of bounds. It goes to the Lakers. Lakers up by 4.
Now, one thing is developing here. Kareem is going to the middle, but his favorite move is on the baseline. And so when he starts going to the middle, his shot will be set up for that skyhook later on in the game.
His first miss On the turnaround, the doctor sent it off a Caldwell Jones hand.
That was absolutely a perfect pass. Caldwell was surprised by it. Versus 7-footer going down on the wing. He doesn't handle the ball that well on the move.
Michael Cooper, number 21, whom Russ mentioned, of course. Now against Seattle, 6 men had to carry the burden for Paul Westhead. Billy C. got more minutes out of his bench. Cooper went to the left hand, and there was the remarkable Bobby Jones. And here's the doctor. Goes to Caldwell. Knocked away by Kareem. Outlet to Cooper. It's 2-on-1. There's Nixon on the other side. Norman maneuvers. Bobby Jones came out on him. Doesn't get the roll, and it's Caldwell Jones. Off of Jack Madden, out of bounds, and it'll go to the Lakers. It hit Madden as it was going out of bounds, and Madden was already over the sideline.
If that ball had hit referee Madden and bounded inbounds, the ball would have been in play.
Depends on where he's standing.
Right.
He has to be on the other side of the sideline. He was out of bounds. Here's Magic. Cooper goes into Kareem. Look at Bobby Jones coming around the horn, and they get it inside to Jamaal. And I'll tell you, Russ, Bobby Jones, he is a defensive phenom.
Well, you see, that's what's happening now. Right now, on Kareem, he's got the 76ers overreacting. Now, Bobby Jones came all the way from the weak side to try to sneak up behind Kareem to stop that shot, but he left Jamaal Wilkes wide open under the basket, and that's when you overcompensate. You've got to gamble. Sometimes you do it and sometimes you don't, so that you can make the offensive man guess what you're going to do.
And at the other end, Cheeks hit that field goal rush to pull the 76ers to within 4. We've got 3:37 here in the first period of game 1. There's that backdoor play to Magic. Goaltending Jones.
I noticed the Magic, that arm is bothering him today. Besides being sick, you know, that arm that he had the trouble with in against Seattle, because he got a bad bruise on it. Because when he's shooting, it's like he's throwing bricks up there.
Against Cooper. Let's watch that goaltending play. Now here's Bobby coming right in behind.
He made a game effort to get back, but he was trapped on the play defensively. Kareem made a beautiful feed right on the money to Magic.
Spinner by the doctor.
Going left once again.
Now Cooper's one of the guys that's quick enough to make the guard Julius to keep him going to his left, to his right, and so now when he's making that jump shot, that makes it just impossible.
You know, saying that the doctor can only go to his right is like saying that Joe Louis can only knock you out. Nixon. 24-18. Lakers over the Sixers. 2:50 first period.
Now the Lakers have offensively that tandem working of Nixon, Jamaal Wilkes, and Kareem. Those 3 guys, the 2 guys hit outside and Kareem inside. That's going to put a lot of pressure on the Philadelphia defense.
A spinner tapped in by Jones, who was all alone on that side.
They did not block him out, and Bobby had perfect timing. Went right up and slapped it right at the peak of his jump and got it off the glass.
And Westhead will try young Mark Landsberger. And Billy C. swearing the ball was out of bounds that time. And Jamaal Wilkes left alone, and Billy not happy.
He also thought he was charging on that play.
Yeah, just a little contact, no blood.
Jones back to Cheeks. The veteran Henry Bibby due to check in for the Sixers. Hollins back to Cheeks off the double team. Spins. 3 seconds on the shot clock. And look at the offensive rebound. That time there were 2 Sixers there. The doctor and Caldwell.
Fouls on Kareem on the play, but actually it was Caldwell that knocked it away from Erving, or he would have grabbed it and probably got himself another layup. We've got a timeout with 1 minute and 56 seconds left in the first quarter. Lakers 26, Philadelphia 20.
We are back, and of course on Wednesday night you'll watch Game 2 live in Los Angeles, 8:30 on the Pacific Network, live in LA. And Doug Collins, stricken by still another injury and unable to play in the championship series. The last time the Sixers played for the title, of course, was 3 years ago against the Portland Trail Blazers, and Doug was a very big factor in that series, as was Julius Erving, who scored better than 30 points in 3 of those games, with the Blazers winning it in Portland in a decisive 6 games. So the Sixers are back, and Bobby Jones began his assault, and Mark Landsberger fouled him. Russ?
Julius Erving is going to have an interesting next few minutes. He's got Michael Cooper guarding him, and Michael Cooper is he's kind of tough defensively. He is tough defensively because he's very quick and he jumps.
And it might be a little interesting for Mr. Cooper, too, in the next few minutes.
Yes.
It works both ways.
I'll tell you, neither one of them are going to go to sleep the next few minutes. You can believe that.
Russ, Bobby Jones, physically, maybe he's not amongst the top dozen specimens in the NBA, but what is it about Bobby that makes him so good defensively, your specialty?
Well, first of all, he has good speed. He's quick. Plus the fact he has speed and quickness are two different things. He has both, and he has good balance, and he has excellent lateral movement. In other words, he can move from side to side just as well as he moves back and forth. He's fundamentally very sound.
He was denying Jamaal the pass, and Wilkes came around the screen that time. Bobby trying to find him, and now Henry Bibby, the veteran from UCLA, has it knocked away by Cooper, but they threw the ball over Kareem's head, a little over-anxious on the pass. Kareem was all alone. They could have taken a day and a half and gotten it to him. He'd have got the layup.
Excuse me, Russ, on that play when Bibby lost it, that's where his teammates should have been helping him, to not tell him that people were coming from behind. And the Lakers forced him threw the ball away.
And if you're going to throw the ball away, that is the kind of pass to throw away.
And that is Cooper. Earl Strom says he's got 21, and it was Cooper attempting to deny the ball from Julius Erving, keeping him out high. And the doctor comes up to the free throw line. 5 team fouls on the Lakers and 3 on the Sixers. 26-22. Lakers by 4. And this interesting shot that director Sandy Grossman pioneered here at the free throw line.
Julius has rebounded a lot better, as well as his scoring in the playoffs. Randy's averaged about 8.5 rebounds per game, which would indicate he really wants the championship.
Missing that free throw that, of course, at the end of the game could loom so critical. 26-22, still at 4. And Caldwell is inside on Kareem. It's remarkable, Russ, how graceful Abdul-Jabbar is when he gets the ball and swings into action on that sky hook. Nixon maneuvers, spinner, and Cooper came over and Bibby got the board. Bibby checking over his shoulder, doesn't want anybody slipping in behind him again, and here's Lionel Hollins up over Wilkes. It's a 2-point Laker lead. Landsberger with a hand. Here's Hollins again. Now the Sixers can tie it. 3-on-3. Julius sends it back to Lionel, all alone, right baseline with deadline.
That's a great fast break. Fast break doesn't mean you got to get down there with a lot of speed, but timing. Julius was very patient with the play.
Russ, what about the pressure in a championship series? Any different than what they've already gone through in the playoffs?
Oh, it's so much different. The closer you get to the championship, the more it becomes a media event, and there becomes different kinds of pressure. And another thing is, you get teams can get this far and have great years, they lose, and then everyone's disappointed. And, you know, and then you get all kinds of pressure. Plus, you're playing against good players at every position, every game. You see, during the regular season,
Did you see
guys...
No, sir, we just saw a replay there, Russ, and they called Cooper for stepping out of bounds. It looked like his foot was on the line.
Caldwell Jones. How about the pressure on the referees in a championship series? Let's explore that as we come to the end of it. You think about that one, and we'll get back to it in just a moment. We've come to the end of the first period. Game 1 of the NBA World Championship Series. We'll be back from the Forum in Los Angeles, the Lakers and the Sixers. The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Basketball Association. And so, Bill Russell, maybe you should answer that for us. Which team in the NBA holds the record for the most playoff victories?
Probably the Lakers.
You're right. You did not say the Boston Celtics. I promised everyone that you would say the Celtics, who have won the most championships, of course.
Which is different altogether. Yes, it is.
Cannot sneak up on him, Hot Rod. It's wrong what you said earlier today. Jamaal over to Jim Jones, and Daryl Dawkins is out there with Mark Landsberger, number 53, with 2 fouls. Landsberger maneuvers, a little turnaround shot with the right hand.
How about that move? Randy set him up with a good head and shoulder fake to the baseline, turned back to the middle. I think he kind of surprised Dawkins with a move.
So Mark Landsberger ties it, and right back comes Lionel Hollins. And talking about pressure, Russ, how important is it for Hollins to have gone through a championship series now to be involved here, as opposed to Magic, who's got the ball and never been in one?
Well, what happens if you're a veteran of playoffs, then you don't worry about certain things. You don't let a lot of things bother you that ordinarily would bother guys. Like, you know, the media will say, well, this guy's good, this guy's good. If you've been through it before, you don't have to get involved in all that stuff as to how good you are. You just go ahead and play.
At the shot clock, Jamaal got it off, and credit Daryl Dawkins with a marvelous block down inside that kept the shot clock rolling. And now it's the Sixers. They lead it by 2, and Lionel Hollins has been able to get inside so far. Jump hook by Caldwell Jones. Landsberger's off to Jones. Send it back to Cooper. Cooper goes over to Jones. Knocked away by Dawkins, out of bounds, and off the Lakers. And Darryl Dawkins with 2 strong defensive efforts by the young man.
And that was a good call for a change.
That's an easy way to get a foul, too, Brent. He's very fortunate there. When you reach around a player like that, knock that ball free. He was gambling with 2 fouls already here early in the game.
No wonder Earl Strom offered you that whistle earlier. Hollins had the shot. Bobby Jones follows and bring him to the free throw line. And again, it was Bobby Jones alertly coming over on the miss after Hollins had penetrated.
Now, Bobby Jones is not only quick, he's a great jumper.
Take a look at the play. Bobby coming in right down the middle. Number 24 stepped inside, grabbed the ball, went back over Landsberger for the basket. Another reason he's such a great player and has that great ability is he's such a competitor, Brent. This guy never quits. He really goes out 100% at both ends. It's the only way he knows how to play.
At the free throw line. And the veteran from North Carolina has now yanked down 5 rebounds in 9 minutes off the bench. And he's also added 3 points. Nixon with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar due to check back in for the Western Conference champion. Jamaal into Jones. Jumps out, and Bobby Jones had a hand on it. Here is Henry Bibby. Bounce into Dawkins. Jump pass to Lionel Hollins. And the 76ers playing with confidence, aren't they? You know, when you look at what the Sixers have accomplished in the playoffs, don't be surprised. They beat UB Brown and the tough Atlanta Hawks in 5. Then the Boston Celtics, who'd won 61 in the regular season, they put them away in 5 games. So the 76ers are stronger, much stronger than when the season began. And they had a great season at that. And Magic Johnson penetrates.
And they put away the Washington Bulletin, too.
Exactly.
This is a great matchup, Brent. This is the best matchup in the finals in 30 years in the NBA as far as percentages of win and loss records.
That would go back to the Minneapolis Lakers and the Syracuse Nationals. As Caldwell Jones hooks it in. The first time since 1950, the 2 teams that won better than 70% of their games in the regular season meet here for the NBA World Championship. Nixon slows it down. Now he begins to assault the paint.
That's twice they've been able to penetrate. Magic gets one, and now Nixon. So Philly's going to have to quickly shut the door in the middle.
And a marvelous cut to that camera located just behind the glass at either end here today. Hollins tied up by Jones. Bibby moves it to Bobby Jones, and they go inside to Caldwell, and Landsberger fouled it. Now, in the last 5 minutes, Philadelphia has outscored Los Angeles 17-6, and that's why they've taken a 5-point lead. 8:43 first half. How important is the first game in an NBA World Championship Series? Well, since the first championship series in '47, first-game winners have gone on to win 23 out of 33 series. But in each of the last 3 that I have done, the home team has held service in the first game and gone on to lose the World Championship. Washington, Seattle, and Philadelphia in succession. So we're working on that, if it means anything at all. And here's, I thought I figured you would. One thing about Russell, he's really tightened up for the World Championship. Hey, Rod, he really gets so nervous.
Hey, you know, Brent, earlier we were talking about pressure. And some of the things that happen that makes it so tough in situations like this, there are other things that come into be. Like, for example, you go in the locker room now, at the beginning of the season, you're the only guys there. You go in the locker room now, and there's a whole crowd in there. Like the players now, they probably have requests for 10 times as many tickets as they have.
Bobby Jones came flying through after the block at the other end. Stuffed it, retreats quickly on defense against Magic. And if there were any doubts about the Philadelphia 76ers and how they got here, let them be dispelled now. The Lakers have got a match. This is going to be some series. Landsberger banged it back up and in. Look out now.
Oh, it's going to be rough. And what a play there. Kareem actually missed the easiest shot he's had in the game on a good feed from Magic, but Landsberger followed it up.
Caldwell Jones, top circle. BJ to the glass, and Bobby Jones is Mr. Do-It-All here early. 41-34 Sixers.
In my opinion, he's the best 6th man in basketball, Bobby Jones.
11 points already. Couple of blocks. Kareem missing the hook, and again it was young Mark Landsberger tipping it in. And Jamaal Wilkes due to return for the Lakers.
These are the kind of people that you don't want to hurt you, and Landsberger's getting a great help here in the first half.
Bibby was short. Landsberger and Bibby down. Nixon's got an open man. Caldwell comes to Cooper. And Caldwell Jones stuffed him. And the Sixers are up on the sideline.
Super play. Watch Coop go to the basket. And he'll take it in against anybody. Here goes Cooper from the left. Wants to jam it. And look at Caldwell Jones coming right to left. Made a beautiful block out of bounds.
I would have been proud of that one.
Oh, that was your man.
Kareem works on the inbounds pass. Lays it in. It's 41-38.
That was a great defensive play. And Cooper was taking it right to him like he's supposed to.
In that Seattle series, he really went to the basket hard.
It'll go over. It's
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul.
You got to be still on that pitch. You can't be moving around, bumping guys, hitting with your hip and your elbows and everything. You've got to be still. 41-38.
The NBA Pepsi-Cola Hot Shot competition. Those are the Western Conference Finals coming up at halftime, and Rick Berry will also have highlights of the first half for you. He'll analyze the action matching Kareem and the Lakers against the Doctor and the Philadelphia 76ers. But so far here, one man has stood head and shoulders above the crowd. Bobby Jones is his name. Here's Kareem on Caldwell.
They ran that a play out of the timeout, and Westhead at the end of it said, we want to look for Self, and we can't find him. Let's go to the big fella.
Wonder who that is, right?
Yeah, and they went to him.
That's strong, Coach.
Steve Mix on the floor. He works with the Doctor. Bibby, Cheeks, and Caldwell. And from the perimeter, Bibby misses, and Kareem now after the field goal contributes the rebound. Magic's in the middle, looking for daylight. They're putting that quickness of Cheeks on Magic Johnson here in the early going. Look at Cheeks, ready to take him. Giving
Now, the
away
Lakers are normally a good second-half team.
Cooper, and the Doctor influenced it. And here's Cheeks around Kareem. That depends on how verbal Kareem will be at halftime. He blocked that shot. Pass by Mix. Lead, and Kareem's open.
That's a super pass by Jamaal Wilkes. He laid it up high for the big guy who was on the move. Had he tried to throw it directly, it might have thrown him off stride. He has 14 points.
Did you see what Kareem said to his teammates at halftime the other night against Seattle?
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable, the speech he gave them. And Westhead said his coaching at halftime won the series for us. And at 15.
Cheeks misses. Kareem battles for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. And it goes over. And there he is. And Kareem's final comment was, quit playing like San Antonio.
They're talking about their defense, I believe. Here's another angle. Look at the pass. What I talk about, the way he lays it up there for the big guy. Let him run right under it, and he got the field goal. And Kareem, by the way, was almost in tears, Brent, when he gave that halftime speech. He said, come on, guys. If you guys don't get it together here, we can lose this series. But it was, I think it pepped him up more than anybody. He went out and completely destroyed Seattle in the second half.
He has sparked this comeback. Loose, Cheeks to the floor for the Sixers. Over his head now. Lionel Hollins spins inside. Missed the shot. He was wide open as Nixon went the other way. Cooper on a bounce down to Magic. Magic waits. Kareem taking his time on the breather. Cooper from the perimeter. Doc rebound.
That's where you want to rest, Brent. It's on offense. That may sound strange to a lot of people, but Kareem takes a blow when his team has the basketball. Not on defense. You got to be alert and be under the block shot.
Mix. He's an excellent shooter from that spot on the floor. Again, the bench. I want to really emphasize that point that I think the 76ers have developed a deeper bench coming into this championship. Paul Westhead had to rely on 6 men, and that could be a factor in a tough 6 or 7 game series.
Well, it would, except that his bench has to be used different because he's using Magic Johnson and Michael Cooper at 2 different positions. And so it's like, and those 2 guys are young enough so that fatigue will not be a factor with them at this stage of their career. So that he's like using, instead of using 8 guys, he's like using 10 because they both play 2 different positions.
Well, Russ, but what about pressure? If they want to give Magic a few minutes off in games 1 or 2, it's kind of tough. You got to go with him. Dish off now to the doctor, who sends it back to Cheeks, coming in for the layup.
Excellent pass.
Super. Going left again, and picked that 1 pound, spotted the open man. Perfect feed.
Sixers and the Lakers for the NBA World Championship, and Nixon goes to Magic. Lob to Kareem, who got in behind Caldwell Jones, through the foul, and the big fella coming up to the free throw line.
Watch how he sets him up with his fake to the inside right here. Goes back door. I took a perfect feed, and he was fouled. Boy, does he move.
That means he has to play with great balance.
Spencer Haywood checks in for the Lakers, and Magic leads. Russ, how many world championships has Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won?
This is his first try.
How can that be? He was in Milwaukee when they beat...
Oh, no, that was Lou Alcindor. This is Kareem's first one.
All right, here's the doctor at the Caldwell. Move it to Cheeks. Cheeks sends it in the mix. You can see Jamaal sloughing off, double teaming. Cheeks quickly moves to Hollins, and it's rejected by Cooper. It's 2-on-1. Nixon left side. Nixon for the layup.
How about that? Not only the great block, but perfect timing on his pass on a 2-on-1 break.
Inline to inline, first half. Just an indication of what's to come. Lakers up by 2. 2:40 to go in the first half. 47-45. Knocked it back to Cheeks. Send to Hollins. Cooper rebounds off quickly to Wilkes. Nixon trailing him. Wilkes will try to cut the daylight, and Hollins with a superb defensive move. Picked him clean, and then with the Cheeks, who reverse. And Lionel Hollins and Maurice Cheeks giving the Sixers marvelous guard play early.
Spencer Haywood moved over, and that was a smart move to reverse the layup.
I think he got fooled on that play.
Absolutely. Haywood really committed himself.
Tied at 47. Mix out on Jamaal. Nixon positioning. Goes into Kareem. The 2-minute warning. Backing in. Turns on Caldwell.
And if he's going to hit that shot, he's going to be impossible.
That's right.
If it's possible for him to be more impossible.
That is 19 points for Abdul-Jabbar.
He's got a bundle of them going to his left, Brent.
And he's always played slow the first half. He kind of picks up the pace in the second half.
Well, I want to get a cab and get out of here if I had a guard him.
Inside the mix. And Nixon fouled him, and Nixon step up to the free throw line. 2 team fouls apiece here in the second period.
And Cooper made a smart play, because if that had gone in, it would have counted.
Taking a look at Kareem and Billy Cunningham, so very concerned about him. He is now 9 of 12 from the field. The preceding announcement was brought to you by the National Basketball Association. Good pass list, Hot Rod. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar averaging better than 30 points a game in the playoffs. Holds the NBA record, 30.3. And he's second only to Wilt Chamberlain in career scoring average during the regular season, 30.1 to 28.3. And Steve Mix at the line for the 76ers.
He gets fouled a lot, and it's surprising because Steve isn't the fastest player in the league. I always tell him I got to remind everyone about his speed, but he is smart, and he knows how to get open. He knows how to run.
He was so slow that Brent missed him in the introduction. Hey, that guy can't be on that team. He just walking too slow.
He's big, but he's slow.
Here's Kareem. Mix over to double team with Caldwell. Now he waits, sends it right to Lionel Hollins on the turnover. Lionel's got the doctor.
Beautiful feed, and Erving really turned it on from the right side. And Hollins made a perfect feed.
Down toward the minute mark. Boy, 2 marvelous franchises involved here. Foul by the doctor. You also, Russ, you know, you've got quality people involved here. We're going to watch this. I was thinking about the doctor. Watch number 6 down there in the middle. And Lionel Hollins was lurking there also, and he made the steal and a great pass. The doctor breaking right down on the wing.
See how he came out of there with his head down? He was really flying from the right side. He saw the opening and went right to it.
Bibby. Maneuvering against Magic, and here's the doctor. On the jumper, short, Magic leads Nixon. It's 3-on-2. Haywood and Caldwell Jones, but there was a whistle on the other side.
Foul occurred on the pass-off. And what a super play again by Caldwell Jones had there not been a whistle. Because he went right up on Haywood, who had the inside track. Here's Nixon. Hollins right with him as he tried to go through. He whipped over, and Hollins blocking him. Got the foul, his second. And there's your block by Caldwell Jones.
And that was the key to that play was a great outlet pass by Magic Johnson. Now, normally he takes the ball and he dribbles up. What he did then, he almost didn't land on the floor with the ball. He passed the ball out right away, and that's the way fast breaks work. Because you're only going to get a half a step, and that's all you should need, either get a free throw or a layup.
Nixon, 12 points in the first half. It's deadlocked again. 37 seconds left here in the first half of game one.
You notice there was a lot of scoring in the first quarter. And as the game goes and it gets tougher and tougher, the scoring will go down because the defense gets a little tougher and the percentages will go down.
There was a nice hook shot rushed by Caldwell Jones coming right through the lane.
If he'd have turned and shot that ball, Brent, I think it would have been blocked, but he smartly dribbled twice to get away from Kareem before he took the shot. And he did it with good speed going across the lane.
Billy C. down over there with Chuck Daly, parking instructions, final seconds. And hit by the Sixers out of bounds. It'll be with the Lakers. Still a chance to tie it. They've got a quick 4 seconds. Kareem hit a layup off of the inbounds down there. Billy C. warning him. They go to Nixon. Nixon maneuvers, and it's tied. The end of the first half. The NBA World Championship Series. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Philadelphia 76ers of Billy C. And we're deadlocked at 53. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the Pepsi Hot Shot Western Conference Finals. Rick Barry with the highlights and a special presentation for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We'll be right back.
Well, the first half, I think, saw an opportunity for Philadelphia to get their running game established, something they were so successful with against Boston. For the Lakers, it was a situation where the big fella, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, was doing it all. He was the man that kept them in the game. We're going to take a look now at some of the highlights of the first half. Early in the ball game, they tried to get Magic Johnson in low. You see him posting up there. He misses the easy shot. Maurice Cheeks out again, getting that running game going for Philadelphia. Over to Hollins, back to Cheeks. Easy 2 points for Philadelphia. But the Lakers were not to be denied. They get the ball up the floor fairly quickly, and the man they're going to look for, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the middle, number 33. An outstanding game. He puts on the floor. Nobody attacks.
Oh, yes, he's really working the ball around because he's taking a bigger variety of shots than I've seen him do in all the playoff games that we've covered so far.
I think that if I was Philadelphia, I would not try to double and triple team Kareem like they've done. We saw on the highlights there where Bobby Jones came over, Lionel Hollins attacked, and Kareem is getting the ball to the open man. What would you do if you were Los Angeles?
Well, I would, offensively, I would keep taking the ball into Kareem, but I would have him pass to the weak side because of the collapsing defense that Philadelphia is using to try to close him down because he's been so effective. I would turn that against him by shooting the ball. I'd have Wilkes, particularly on the weak side, so that he can hit that 15-footer here or Nixon, but I wouldn't have the other guys shooting that.
I think that the Laker defense has done a good job in keeping Julius Erving relatively quiet. What do you think they have to continue to do to keep the doctor out of the game like they have?
Well, what they did, the second quarter, they put Michael Cooper on, who is much quicker than he is, and he take away the chance to go to the right. But what they're going to have to do is get all the guys back defensively much quicker, because if he can get the open floor before they get a chance to set the defense up, they won't be able to stop him.
Well, we're going to be very interested to see what happens in the second half because we had some outstanding play in the first half, both offensively and defensively by both teams. And we're going to be back here at the Forum in Inglewood with more halftime activities in just a moment.
Perhaps the easiest award that we've ever made. From CBS, on behalf of the broadcasters and all the production personnel, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the most valuable player in the NBA. And Kareem, it's just remarkable the spirit that you brought to the game this year with the Lakers and how you've played.
Well, it wasn't just me, Brent. Had a lot of help. The guys on the team, we wouldn't be here unless it was a group effort. And in accepting this, I have to give credit to all the people that helped me to get it.
We'd like you to have this. I'd like to have the sack after you take the goodies out from inside. But really, you just brought together this ball club this year. I know you like to downplay what you did, but even Bill Russell's made some comments about it.
Yes, Kareem, that's something I wanted for you to know, that you're really quite good.
Well, I really appreciate that compliment. Thank you.
Did you have any halftime talks to the ball club today?
Yeah, we did. We're thinking about just trying to play a little bit better defense and not let them get the baskets they've been getting on the transition game.
All right. Congratulations, Kareem. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Bill.
The NBA on CBS is sponsored by the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Pentax, makers of the new 35mm ME Super Camera. Exxon, people finding and developing energy for you. Transamerica Corporation, first-rate service at a fair price. And by Tegrin Medicated Shampoo. With regular use, Tegrin helps control even problem dandruff.
Back in the Forum for the second half of the first game of the NBA World Championship Series. How about my man Russ, huh, Rod? There he is. Eyebrow to eyebrow with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No, not eyebrow to eyebrow.
Everybody very quiet. Can't wait. What's he going to say? What's one big
You're
dominator?
quite good.
Well, he may not have known it.
You like the under... Lakers bring it up on the Sixers. We're tied at 53 as we start the third period. Nixon drops it into Kareem. Kareem maneuvers on Caldwell, and he travels. He has turned it over, traveling as he backed up on Caldwell Jones. Now, that trip down the floor, Russ, even though Daryl Dawkins was out there, he took Jones. As we see the halftime statistics,
Well,
and the
that's
turnovers, the Lakers with 10 and the Sixers, they very close all the way down the line.
Now you got what you're doing in the playoffs particularly. You're talking about matching your personnel. And so what Billy C has done is taken Dawkins, he leads him in the game. And so instead of letting him get in too much foul trouble, he's putting him in, and he's not having him guard. He's guarding the weakest shooter out there, they're considered, in Jim Jones.
Here
rather
is
than having him trying to guard Kareem.
Maurice Cheeks with Dawkins going in and Kareem watching it there.
You know, that time, Brett, when the Lakers got 4 guys back on the defense and Kareem was kind of slow coming back, he saw that they had stopped, and then he really hustled to get in there to stop the play.
Cheeks puts it down on the floor. Kareem switches out. Cheeks is off to the right, taken down by Jones, out to Nixon. Here come the Lakers, still tied at 53. Nixon maneuvered inside, didn't have the shot, went back to Wilkes, and Lionel Hollins out there all over him. Recovered with 8 seconds on the shot clock. 5. Kareem on the turnaround with 2 seconds on the shot clock. The Lakers go up on that field goal, 55-53.
It's amazing how well he can shoot outside when he has to. He knew what time was left on the clock, and that was about a 16-footer. He hit it falling away, going to his left.
Hollins, running left-hander, didn't get the roll, and it goes back to Cheeks, and it's rejected by Kareem. Dawkins, offense. It'll go over to the Lakers.
Super defense, what a block. Hollins challenged him, which he really shouldn't have done. He went right into him, and take a look at it again. Cheeks, well, it goes to the hoop, ball blocked by Kareem, and it's Dawkins going back up. He muscled up with a right arm as he shoved Kareem away, who intimidated him after the block when Cheeks shot.
And that is the 4th foul, and Dawkins must sit down, Russ.
And large people will make you do things like that. Try to hit them first to keep them from blocking. It's a really strange reaction, but it happens quite often.
Lakers will keep it. Sixers touched it, so Bobby Jones
very alert
returned early here in the third period.
And now Billy C will have to make an adjustment in the way he has to play his team, because you've got just so many minutes out there that you've got to get certain things. And with Dawkins taking himself out of the game pretty much, he's going to have to make adjustments in who he uses. Now he's going to play Bobby Jones probably longer than he'd like to.
Magic with an exclamation point on that shot. Caldwell Jones maneuvering travel. It has been turned over. Watch this play again.
Here it is.
Offense, they're going to work the inbounds, and Magic matched against Lionel Hollins. Got it to Kareem, came down the baseline, and with emphasis, we've got a timeout in the Forum. 57-53. Sixers looking for their first hoop here in the second half. Reflecting the slow start by the 76ers here in the second half, the Lakers bring it up. During the timeout, Paul Westhead emphasizing run, run. Name of the game is run. Billy C, meanwhile, called a sequence of plays for the Sixers. The second one, he wants a swing with the doctor to take charge. Here's Magic working the baseline for Los Angeles. Short, loose, Cheeks. So Maurice Cheeks pounds it down and brings the speed to the Sixer lineup. They went into Caldwell Jones, over to Hollins. This is play one during the timeout that Billy C set up.
You know, a great player like Julius Erving.
Knocked away by Jamaal that time, recovered, and Caldwell Jones not able to hold the pass.
Now, maybe he created a turnover there, but a player like that, trying to guard him is like trying to hold water in your hand. No matter how tight you put your fingers together, some of it's going to get through. And what he has to do, if there's a guy's doing a good job on him defensively, he has to act as a decoy so he can get the other guys free. And he's done a good job at that.
Sky Hook, 23 points for Abdul-Jabbar, and the Lakers build a 6-point lead against Billy C and the Sixers.
What's good about the way Kareem is playing, he's getting a lot of points, but he is not really dominating the offense.
Now here's Magic, a one-man transition game. Hitting Jamaal Wilkes.
Played a good play. Brent was slowing it down in the middle, and he waited for Wilkes to cut to the left side.
Magic is so good at yanking the rebound, Hot Rod, coming out near midcourt with his own dribble, then either picking up on a pass or going all the way. We'll be right back in the forum. Russ, this shows you the advantage of having Magic, right?
Yes, he's a guy that is a good rebounder that can handle the ball. Now, he's getting out on the break here. He's capable of taking it all the way, so you got to react to him. Great pass and a good move by Silk, because if he had shot that type of shot, he could have gotten it blocked.
With Bobby Jones coming over on him quickly. Here is Cheeks, and the 76ers still not on the board here in the third period, and Jones is off to the right. Loose, it's Magic. It's 61-53. The Lakers have run off 8 in a row. Now Wilkes didn't get the bounce. Taken down. It's a 10-point run, and 6 of them by that man right there. Magic Johnson's been the difference here early in the third period. He worked down the baseline on the slam dunk. He then went down and set up the fast break. Came back and battled for the rebound that time. The rookie not showing any effects from any pressure. That time the doctor missed. Kareem is off. Here's Nixon. The Lakers in one of those runs that they used all year. Nixon went up high, and he was fouled as Bobby Jones went crashing to the floor.
Made a good move. He veered to the right side. He wanted to pass, Brent. Nixon to penetrate probably as well as any guard in basketball. Watch him go to the right side. He goes into the air. The defense collapsed. He took it right to the basket. Bobby Jones called for the blocking foul, and that's the first team foul of the quarter against Philadelphia with 7:49 left here in the third. Nixon will get 2 free throws.
So this spot in the third period has turned the game around. The 76ers still looking for their first points of the second half. It is 64-53 right now, and Russ, do you think anything that they could do to stop this?
Well, first of all, the 76ers are going to have to run. If they're going to come down and set a play up every time, they're not going to get the kind of shots they want. They're not going to get high percentage shots. They have got to run. If they walk the ball up and run a play every time, they're going to fall way behind.
How important and critical right now is the fact that Daryl Dawkins got into early foul trouble in this game and has not played that many minutes?
Well, that's one of the key things in that he's a good rebounder for them, and you have to have good rebound to run. Plus, he's a good shooter inside, and he would get some pressure off the outside shooting.
So, 4 minutes and 21 seconds into the third period. The Sixers get their first points of the second half. 65-55. A 10-point Los Angeles lead here in Game 1 of the NBA World Championship Series. Jones to the floor. Blocked by the doctor. Back to Wilkes.
Well, one thing that Philadelphia's got to do on the offense too, Brent, is they've got to get the doctor involved. If Erving doesn't get his points, they seem to be standing and not moving. And Julius hasn't been really going after it here in the quarter.
Allwell moves it over to Maurice Cheeks. Cheeks fires. High bounce over the top goes to the Lakers.
Now, you wonder sometimes why a team will come down and they'll take open shot and they don't make them. And you say, what's the matter? What it is, they're a team out of rhythm. And the key thing to shooting and scoring is confidence and rhythm. And this team is out of sync right now, and that's why they're not shooting. And these are not good shots they're getting, although they may be open. They should be trying to get better shots.
Bobby Jones gamble. Wilkes got it back. Across the coop. Here's Kareem. It's it back to Cooper. They move it to Nixon. 76ers as the doctor comes out. Here's Henry Bibby.
And the 76ers are not moving. They're not running.
Inside to Caldwell. And
they are not running.
Fouled.
Now, they had a chance for a fast break then, and they were tentative with it. They can't be tentative with the fast break. They've got to run it. You run it down whether you shoot it or not. You run it down and see if there's a breakdown defense, if there's somebody not coming down in time.
So here in the third period, the shooting statistics, Philadelphia 0 of 8, Los Angeles 6 of 10, and Caldwell Jones now stepping to the free throw line.
Irving had the ball. Irving had the ball in the middle on that break and slowed it down. As Russ mentioned, Brent, he slowed it, laid it off to Bibby. Fortunately, they did get a free throw as Michael Cooper fouled Caldwell Jones on a mismatch.
The one thing these two teams have in common is that they play good, strong defense, and they run fast break offense. The 76ers are not running a fast break in the second half yet. They'll have to get on track pretty soon. If they don't, it'll slip away.
Sixers have hit 4 free throws, so it stays at 10. Magic return. He'll work in the backcourt with Nixon and Cooper. So here is that other look, the lineup that was so effective against Seattle. It goes to Philadelphia. Paul Westhead disagreeing with the call on the sideline. Jack Madden will hand it to Lionel Hollins now.
But Jamaal Wilkes didn't disagree.
With this lineup that the Lakers have, how are they defensively against the Sixers, Russ?
This is their best defensive team because they have quickness.
Hollins hit their
key to
first
defense
field
is
goal
quickness.
of the second half. So they have cut that lead down to 8, and I suppose if there is a positive side about this run by the Lakers, it's the fact that the game is still relatively close, 67-59. We'll be right back. I'll lead in. The chess game continues. Billy Cunningham talking to Philly during the timeout.
Let's run a one swing for Bobby. One swing for Bobby against Magic. This time down the court. Okay, we'll look to go with Magic at that time. Next time we come down with the 5. With the 5. Okay, we just got to do it on the defense. That's what's gotten us back. Good hustle over there. We got to get ourselves back with the defense. The offense will come. That goes up and down, but we got to be strong with the defense. No second shots. Now, they're going to be going to Kareem.
We are set to go. Billy Cunningham saying he's got a mismatch out there with this lineup, so he'll try to counter it. Jones on the intercept. Now it's the Doc as they try to get the running game going. Hollins inside of Magic for the layup. Very quick move.
Very smart to go in and take that fast break that time and not slow it down and set that play up. When it's open, go on and get it. They still must be conscious of running that play for Bobby Jones the next time they get the ball.
They go to Wilkes and it's blocked by Caldwell to Bobby. And now it is a counter move by the Sixers. The Doc high to the glass. Caldwell Jones offensive rebound. And Billy wanted goaltending and didn't get it. Rejected by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Cunningham came 3 feet off the Sixers bench.
That was a great block, Brent. I don't believe it was goaltending.
He can jump, you know that?
Can get up there.
He can jump. I'm talking about Billy Cunningham.
So can Kareem.
Nixon puts it on the floor. Wilkes is with him. Nixon for the layup. Missed it. Jamaal tap. Rebound. Hollins. And Lionel tried to pull back and not foul him. He tried to pull his left hand back, but not in time.
He was in a very poor position behind the man, and there was nothing he could do about it. And I think he's more or less mad at himself. He should have let him go ahead and have the field goal or grab his arm and not let him go up.
This was a big point in this game. Philadelphia off the ropes, countering strongly. Had come back down, and Abdul-Jabbar swatted the ball out of bounds. Then the Lakers intercepted, came down for the layup, and got a 3-point play out of it. Suddenly it is 70-61.
That's an unbelievable block a moment ago again, because Caldwell is a 7-footer and put a jump hook up. That's one of the toughest shots in basketball to stop.
Loose off Magic's hands, Sixers. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Out of Lansing, Michigan, and several of his admirers dropping by the table to say they were here for the championship. Loose, taken back by Henry Bibby. They move it to the Doc inside. Kareem had a hand on it, knocking it out. There'll be 5 seconds on the shot clock. And it wound down to 4, and they will have 5 to get this shot off.
Good defense by the Lakers in that sequence. Excellent defense.
Hollins bounce to the Doc against Wilkes, and drew the foul from Jamaal. Julius Erving to the line.
Extended that right arm quickly. And as he can palm that ball, it's big hands. enabling him to get the ball away from Wilkes to the right side and put it up to draw the foul.
How about before the game when we said, Billy, what about special defenses? What do you got planned? What are you going to do against Kareem? He said they got a prayer meeting going right now.
They've been in it for 3 quarters.
Now, you notice he said neutralize. He didn't say stop. And that's a lot of difference. In other words, a guy can get 30 points or 35 points and not be the guy that beats you. It's how he gets them and how hard he has to work for it. And how much you have to compensate.
Out to Nixon, 70-62, 8-point LA lead. Lakers will run a set play through Cooper. Magic to the top, and now it breaks down, and Cooper takes the shot. Henry Bibby pumps it up. It's the doctor. Going to the sideline, inside to Bobby Jones. Quickly back to go to the horn, and here's Henry Bibby. Bobby Jones. The Lakers with tough defense that trip. Magic, underhand lead, 3-on-1. Cooper off his hands. Loose Bobby Jones. And quickly it's Hollins for the Sixers. Here's Henry Bibby. In and out, Kareem. Looks outlet. Jamaal at the other end. Magic on the dribble. Magic to the layup with the left hand. Came inside. Caldwell Jones. 74-62. 3:59. And they're aroused in the fourth.
See Kareem come out there like a little man with the rebound, dribbling it to start the break. Then gave it to Magic, who took it the rest of the way.
And you notice how smart he was. He only dribbled twice.
You bet. He got rid of it in a hurry.
Erving, short, tapped by Jones, yanked off by Kareem, another rebound. Lead Magic, running the team, underhand to Jamaal, Silk.
They better call a timeout to regroup, I think, 76ers. Because if they don't, now they've got to really concentrate on not throwing the ball away and getting a good shot this time down.
It was tied at 53 at the intermission, and the Lakers have dominated the third quarter. Off Caldwell Jones, Lakers.
Brent, I've watched LA play all year long. This is the best I've ever seen the Lakers play right here in this quarter. They're doing it at both ends. Absolutely perfect defense, moving the ball and hitting the open man on offense.
This is the same way they played in the fourth game up in Seattle, the second half, when they were 18 points behind.
Dawkins has returned. We'll work with Bobby Jones and Julius Erving. Caldwell Jones is out. Norm Nixon.
That's his favorite spot, right at the top of the key. He had the defensive man leaning back, and he'll hit it.
When it goes right, it goes right.
And they've outscored the Sixers 25-9 in this period. Magic picked off on the screen. Bibby rotates. Kareem has popped out on him. Now they go to Dawkins, who sends it over to Cheeks. Shot clock down to 4 seconds. 2, 1. Deflected. Lakers ball on the defense. It goes to Cooper. Cooper soars.
He made the block for the defense on the doctor. Michael Cooper playing super basketball against Julius Erving. And again, took it all the way for the layup. Paul Westhead doesn't... you never know it. His team's ahead. His team is behind. On his team, Mr. 33 is doing it all.
There was a 24-second clock violation before that basket.
So take the basket away. Give the Lakers the ball out of bounds because of the 24-second violation. So there you have the shot clock run out on you, and it actually works to your advantage. It takes away the layup. The Lakers with the ball. It is 80-62, 2:24 now in the third.
Clock expired when Julius' shot was blocked.
Kareem maneuvering on Dawkins. Off come the Sixers. Here's Cheeks. Send it back to Darrell. Dawkins yanks it back down with a left-handed stop. And Cooper will get off the seat of his Laker pants. He's back up. And now it's Nixon.
Well, he took a shot there from Dawkins.
I think Dawkins is going to push the big guy around a little bit.
There's going to be a little muscle out here between Dawkins and Kareem. We can see it coming. Landsberger's open. And put it down. Goaltending as Julius and Dawkins made the strong move inside. Jones to return, and Dawkins goes back down on offense. 80-64. inside to Dawkins, who's fouled by Noah Nixon. Nixon reaching back in.
Notice he was fouled on the pass off. Any other center, I think he would have looked for a shot. Here it is. He started to go up. Knew Kareem was there, and he fed it off, but he was held on the play. Now we got a foul.
Russ, what about Westhead's move right now against young Gerald Dawkins of taking Kareem out for a rest?
Well, this is a chancy thing. You know you want to give a guy a rest and you set up a pattern. But sometimes when you got a rhythm going that's working for you as well as they are, it's tough to make a change.
Steve Mix on the floor for the Sixers.
That foul was to Nixon, his fourth, Brent, but he's still on the floor.
He reached 5 fouls in the last 2 games against Seattle.
Here's that play. Bobby Jones hold it and away from the basketball. We got a foul to Jones, his third.
Now they caught him. He got pushed for 20 seconds. He pushed back for 3.
Yeah. Boy, that's a tough man to move, Daryl Dawkins.
But you consider this. The Lakers have looked as good as they can look. They're 14 points up. That is not a big lead against a team like Philadelphia. That is not a big lead.
126 to go here in the 3rd period. Magic will come down the baseline with the Jones and Landsberger alertly on the right spot. Nixon far out to Jones, who sends it back to Norman, a fresh 24. 41. And Westhead barks out 41.
That's a smart play. A lot of people to grab that rebound and went right back up, but Jones brought it back.
Jump to Landsberger, loses it. Here's Dawkins on the dribble. Darrell leads it, deflected by Nixon, out of bounds. Sixers ball.
Behind the back dribble at 6'11". The big D down the middle. I sure wouldn't want to get in front of him.
He shot better than 55% against the Celtics, too, in that 5-game Eastern Conference Championship of Steve Mix. Yeah. Runs it down for Billy C. Magic reaching in, and again it'll be the Sixers. 18 seconds up on that shot clock. On the floor for the Sixers, Mix, Bibby, Bobby Jones, Cheeks, and Dawkins. So 3 reserves and 2 starters for Billy C right now. And a great move, and Landsberger there to block it. Out of bounds, but young Mark Landsberger hard inside.
There have been a lot of shots blocked today.
Here's the play again. Watch him come right down the middle and block this shot. Right there, he got a handle Cheek shot. In the first half, he played 7 minutes and had 3 field goals, and he's made several key defensive plays.
Brad Holland replaces Norm Nixon. Holland, the rookie from UCLA, with that marvelous outside touch, and Earl Strom with the foul, and Jim Jones reacting angrily against the call.
We're in a penalty now. The Lakers have committed 5 fouls. Philadelphia has only 2 team fouls.
And that was before the ball came in play. With the 2-shot foul automatically because he hadn't danced on the ball there.
That Jim Jones does get angry, doesn't he? Very verbal. His mama has been trying to get a hold of him for about 2 weeks. She'd like to talk to him about his court conduct.
He says some strange things sometimes.
Fire to Cooper now.
So did his college coach.
Cooper comes back down. We got about 3 Marquette players around here, thinking of Al McGuire, Butch Lee, and Bernard Toon, who have not played, and Jim Jones out there for the Lakers. Here's Magic, got inside of Cheeks. Magic to the left hand on the layup. Wasn't that a fine move?
Just got it away from Cheeks on as he tried to swipe from behind. Beautiful protection of the ball. And Magic down the alley.
Dawkins opening, and Jones will foul him. They did not want to give Dawkins the dunk.
Well, they don't want to break any backboards today because they don't want to delay a playoff game to replace the backboard.
I noticed that Magic can move to that left hand as well as any rookie I've seen yet in this league.
You bet. In particular, when he goes down the middle, he'll juggle the ball back and forth depending on where the defender commits himself. And he shoots real good going to the basket with his left hand.
Russ, what 2 categories did Dawkins lead the NBA regular season in this year? Do you have any idea? 2 categories that Doc led the league in regular season.
Broken backboards.
That's one.
Shattered glasses.
The other one was personal fouls, 328. 9 seconds to go in 3rd period. Boy, you're sharp today. Cooper off now to midcourt. Here's Magic. Loose coming in, fake dish, Holland. Holland hands in the air and gets the layup. picture. The end of the third period with the NBA World Championship Series. The Magic Man with a little pass and Holland hanging inside Daryl Dawkins. Don't forget, Game 2 of this series, Wednesday night, 8:30 live in Los Angeles, 11:30 Philadelphia. To give you the finest view in basketball, producer Bob Stenner and director Sandy Grossman worked with this camera behind the glass all season. Now for the championship, you can see somebody like Magic Johnson switch to the left hand and hit the layup. We start the final period of Game 1 of this NBA World Championship Series. Dropped inside to Daryl Dawkins on the turnaround jump shot. Now it is 84-72. So just as Bill Russell pointed out, a great third period by the Lakers, but the Sixers not out of it.
They'll come back, Brent, and you notice that on that field goal by Dawkins, he took that shot outside because Jones was there and not Kareem, who's resting at this moment.
Wilkes squeezes the trigger from the perimeter for the Lakers. He's smooth, he's got it done. Julius Erving back out there to start. Now, you know that Julius Erving has been held to 20.4 in 14 games that the doctor has played against the Lakers. He's not being stopped just here this afternoon. He has not scored more than 26 points against the Lakers in a game since coming into the NBA in 1976. So, Bill Russell, surely the Lakers can't know anything that the rest of the league doesn't know. Is it Jamaal Wilkes?
Well, knowing is one thing, and being able to do something about it makes it a different situation. They may have guys that can do something about it. It takes a guy that's exceptionally quick, that's very patient in order to do a job on him.
Dawkins has hit 2 in a row, and he's a good outside shooter from any side.
And also would give, I think, a little more credit to Cooper defensively than I would Wilkes. It seems like he played him a little bit better to me.
Just today, though.
Oh, yeah, in this game, right. I think Cooper, in this particular game, it's take nothing away from Wilkes.
There's Magic going to forward. You know what? Magic Johnson is inventing a new position in this league. It's like Mr. Everywhere. Back to Doc. Here he is. Short that time. Holland runs it down for the Lakers. Pushes it up the floor. And here comes Magic again inside. And Dawkins to him. And Magic says, who was that truck? Did you get that license number?
Well, he wants to get
Put a little acting on there. Watch him go.
Watch this. Watch Magic coming on down through here.
He wanted to try and get the foul. He had good momentum going to the hoop. Double pumped it and then lost it. No one hit him. Down he goes. Little Hollywood with a roll. He got up with a big smile on his face.
Jones coming inside. Drew the foul. He'll step up to the free throw line.
One thing, Magic was tailor-made for Los Angeles. Got that lovable smile that lights up not only L.A., but Hollywood and the whole state of California.
If he didn't have a nickname when he arrived, he sure would have picked up one here.
And besides all that, he can really play.
Technical foul has been called against the Sixers. Wilkes hits the free throw.
Just what was that T for Dawkins just explaining? He doesn't know why. He looked at the referee and said, what's that technical for?
And Big Doc going over to the Sixer bench. Can you imagine Jones shaking his head like that and saying, naughty, naughty, naughty? Of all the players out there.
Yeah.
Big Jim. It's the free throw. It's 90-74.
See, one thing that really hurt Philly, Brent, we talk about it, is that Dawkins got himself in a hole early with fouls, and Philadelphia has really been bothered from that point on, as L.A. has just continually built that lead.
Well, he is one of the key guys for Philadelphia. If they're going to be really play the game the way they have to play it, he's going to have to be in the game. He can't get in foul trouble.
Bibby.
Magic pulled back the hand. He realized if he hadn't tried to block it, he would have got a foul.
Well, I'll tell you, that Westhead last huddle was something. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind of man to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of Daryl Dawkins and Caldwell Jones. To sleep to dream.
Where did you pick that up?
He's been working
Shakespeare, huh? All right. Look again. Look at Wilkes. Caldwell slammed into him with a body. The Lakers again doing everything right. We got a timeout with 9 minutes and 46 seconds left in the game. Lakers up by 14.
We are back in Los Angeles. 9:46 left in this game. It is 90-76. What do you think all that Shakespeare means, Hot Rod, that Paul Westhead uses on the Lakers?
Probably means get it into the big guy.
I think so.
I might explain. You did a feature on Coach Westhead earlier during the year, and he is and was a Shakespearean professor, and used that, and that was Magic's line. Let's get it to the big guy, Coach.
Vic sends it to Henry Bibby from the perimeter on the money. Russ, what do you think? Have the 76ers got enough in them now for this last final burst?
Oh, yeah, they got a lot left in them. This is there's a lot of basketball left here. Now, what's going to happen in the next few minutes, it's going to depend on the Lakers more than the 76ers do.
Kareem says take that.
Because the 76ers have to come back, as Billy Cunningham said in the first half, the defense.
Here's Bibby. Traveling over to the Lakers.
Took a little jump step, Brent, trying to square away at the basket. I think it's very obvious why Kareem has been named the most valuable player for the 6th time in his career.
He's only 5 so far, Rod. This makes 6.
That's
They
right.
haven't announced it yet.
Johnson knocked away.
I'm telling you, he's
Caldwell
6.
Jones.
You know what? I think you're right.
Bibby moves it. Jones with a hand on it, out of bounds. Sixers ball. And Michael Cooper returns for Paul Westhead. There have been 17. Now there have been 18 block shots in this game. 12 by the 76ers and 6 by the Lakers. They go to Mix. Turns the horn right side, and Julius on the left.
That's what they've got to start doing, too, is go to the offensive boards, get that second and third shot. And Julius was right on the spot.
They're within 12 at the 8:28 mark. Caldwell taking Kareem, and Julius sloughing in the middle to help as soon as the ball goes. Now it'll be Hollins down inside, working away, so they'll go to Nixon, top of the circle. Loose, and Jones called for the loose ball foul, reaching up over the top.
Take a look at it again, Brent. Here's the shot by Nixon. That's where he wanted to be. Now watch Jones inside number 9 come over the back of Erving to try and get the ball, and he got a foul. Loose ball foul gives the ball to Philadelphia.
You know, Hot Rod, that tap in by Julius, his first basket in the second half. Hollins sends it back to Bibby on its way. A little bit too much spin taken off by Kareem. Nixon.
The burden lies on the shoulders of Erving, obviously. And if he can't get him going, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Doctor pivots. Right to Hollins. Trying to cut it to 10. Steve Mix does. 7:37. Nixon goes to Kareem. Hands to Cooper. Cooper spins on Hollins, and he's short and Mix. And now the Sixers can go inside at 10. Caldwell breaks free. With the slam, it is down to 8, and Paul Westhead will call time. Norm Nixon gambled that time. He was the safety valve. He jumped up into a passing lane, thinking the outlet would be there, and that left Caldwell. From the Forum in Inglewood, California, I'm Brent Musburger with Bill Russell and Hot Rod Hundley. 7:10 to go in regulation. 92-84, Lakers with the lead in possession. And Norm Nixon waiting now to hit someone, and I'll tell you, Caldwell Jones was doing everything except tackle Kareem that time.
Got a bear hug on him right at the free throw line. Kareem, for one of the few times, was coming high to get the basketball. Caldwell would not let him have the lane.
They had quick foul to give. Only 2 team fouls now against the Sixers.
Look how he's playing.
Caldwell. He's got Kareem on that side out of the middle. Kareem comes through, and the offensive foul is going to go against Los Angeles, and you can tell Kareem's reaction.
So he's calling this. That's a second foul. The first one was Caldwell over my back.
Bibby sends it back. Doc. Michael Cooper will take Julius, and Hot Rod's been impressed with the job Cooper's done on the dock so far. Bibby off of Jamal's legs, so it'll be the Sixers ball.
Both these teams are playing excellent defense. And the fact that there's so many points scored already is just an indication how good these guys really are.
Doc spins inside for that reverse pivot, 92-86.
He had an option. He had an option, Brent. He wanted to go backdoor. Cooper wouldn't be fooled by it, so then he posted low. Made an excellent move. Julius only his second field goal in this half.
Paul Westhead will counter with Magic Johnson when he gets a break. Here's Landsberger. Doc had a hand on it. Landsberger waits, and here's Nixon. Loose. Mix. Hollins. Lead. Bibby for the layup. Gives it to Julius. He was tied up. What a smart play that was.
Very smart, because they would not have got the basket. He had to make the play. Here's the one before. Erving right underneath with an underhand scoop around Cooper.
Did you see Cooper had his arms around the Doc in there, too? And then he let go as soon as the ball headed in. It's 92-88. Landsberger 94-88.
Jamaal Wilkes had nice pass to Nixon.
Now, the reason that play worked, they were concentrating so much on trying to stop Kareem that they neglected the weak side. That's what I thought they should have to do. The Lakers, when they get in trouble, they're going to have to go into Kareem and over to the weak side.
Bibby runs it down and collides Landsberger. Loose ball foul.
Here's your look at a basket a moment ago.
Landsberger. It's against the Lakers.
What just passed right to Landsberger. It was Nixon who made the feed. You see Jamaal Wilkes raise his right arm. He's signaling to Nixon. Nice speed, big guy.
5 fouls on Landsberger, who leaves. Magic has replaced him. Julius jumps it to Hollins, improves position high on the glass. And Caldwell Jones, and hold it, Magic Johnson's going to be assessed the personal, muscling for position.
And again, it was Kareem to intimidate the shot by Hollins. And watch this, there's Kareem. Hollins quickly missed one. And Magic, they called him for shoving up as he went for the rebound. And the young rookie does not like the problem.
Sending Caldwell Jones to the free throw line, 94-88.
We got a game. They're coming back. There's a young man I really like, Caldwell Jones. He does his job, whatever you want him to do. Take anybody defensively, and at 7-footer, and he can get out and run.
It's the big free throw. Could have pulled him to within 4. Now it's a 5-point lead over Billy C's 76ers. Magic down inside. Hollins with him. Here's Kareem. Magic posting up to help out offensive rebounding, and Abdul-Jabbar clubbed across the side of the head.
Looked like Julius got the ball, but he complains that they called a foul. They double up on Kareem, who bounced the ball first, went up, and Kareem, and only he could take himself right out of the picture. His arm was up so high. But a foul called, and it's going to be...
To him, he wanted to give him another headache. And he could say, don't say I never gave you anything.
95-89 at the 5-minute mark. Left in regulation time here in game 1.
Yeah, they need more of that of Erving helping, because he's the only Philadelphia player that can get up high enough on a help to block Kareem's hook shot.
Kareem at 27, within 3 of his NBA playoff average during his fabulous career. Bibby. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Mix. With 5 seconds to go, Mix is off, and here's Nixon. Nixon hits Magic. He cruises in and dishes back out to Nixon. He was tied up. Oh, what a brilliant pass by the rookie.
That's the most electrifying play of the game. I don't see how he even spotted Nixon. Look at this pass. Driving the baseline, go in the air, never looked, and whipped it over his shoulder right to Nixon. And that's where he loves to be posted up for his shot. Top of the key, he drilled it.
20 points for Noah Nixon. Timeout. We'll be right back.
When he's ready, start from here. You'll give yourself a little room where you can recover. Okay, and if he does go for it, then we go for the steal. So we want to come down, we want to run the 3 this time down the court. Just make sure we're aggressive offensively and defensively. Okay, let's go. Looking inside on it.
Well, Russ, what about this stretch run now for the 76ers against the Lakers, who are Walter Matthau's favorite team?
Well, what happens, Brent, in a game like this, you get behind, and the key juncture has been the start of the 3rd period, where the Lakers broke fast. When you try to catch up, every mistake magnifies itself because it becomes more and more important, and you tighten up just a little bit. I don't mean choke, but you just tighten up a little bit. And you make a run at these guys, and these guys are good. So when you make a run, they fight you off a little bit. Now, they got to make one more strong run. Now, in that run, they've got to at least catch up or get 1 point ahead. If not, adios.
Who was that sitting over there on the sideline?
He was in a great basketball movie. The Sixers could use the chief in the pivot for a while.
You bet.
There's a lob inside to the dock now. Maneuvers. Kareem right with him. To Michael Cooper. On the block now. It's the rookie. Magic Johnson slowing it up at the 4:15 mark. 98-89.
I know Doc's saying. He is tall.
Here's Jamaal. Bobby Jones with him. Inside to Kareem. Turns on Caldwell Jones.
That's 2 key plays. A block shot and turn around and make a layup. That's a 4-point play physically, but psychologically it's about a 6 or 8 point play. So they need to get inside. They know them to get inside. They're going to have problems.
There's Kareem again. Rejected his second shot in the sequence. He'll stay back on defense. Now he'll come back down off the glass. Wilkes runs it down.
Good pass to himself.
And Bobby Jones off for the Sixers.
What a block he made. That last one by Kareem was against Caldwell Jones, a 7-footer, and he turned his body beautifully away to avoid the foul.
He has 5 blocks on the game. Comes up on Caldwell Jones, and he fouled all the time. 29 points, 5 block shots.
Here's the block a moment ago on Julius Erving. The first one right here. Kareem went up, timed it perfectly, and swatted it away. As only he can do. And then he came back out one of Caldwell Jones. This time, they called a foul on Kareem as Wilkes from behind knocked the ball away.
To show you how strong the Lakers are offensively this year, the 76ers came in here as the top defensive team in the playoffs. They had allowed 96 points per game, holding their opposition to 44% from the field. And, of course, against the Celtics, they held them below 100 points in each of the 5 games. But now the Lakers, with 3:23 to go, are at the 100-point mark against this tough Philadelphia defense. And you would have to wonder if the absence of Daryl Dawkins because of the foul trouble didn't contribute to that.
I think the early absence. I mean, so soon that now the coach has to change his substitution pattern. Coaches develop a pattern that they like to use throughout the season, and they really try to go to it in the playoffs. With Dawkins getting early foul trouble, that has to be changed. And so a lot of things.
Loose. The Doctor's got Cheeks. Wilkes back. Cheeks dishes to Bobby Jones, and Jones hits the layup. 100-93. At 3:07. Pressure.
The defense again got that for him.
Here's Cooper.
It's one thing I think Philly should do is pressure in the backcourt.
Kareem off Wilkes and right to Johnson. Rejected goaltending on Caldwell Jones.
That's a good call. He went up above the iron. You take a look at it. Magic headed away quickly. Here's the miss by Kareem, and Magic will grab it right here, quickly put it back up, and Caldwell went above the perimeter and knocked the ball away. But Philadelphia defensively, Brent, should put up full-court pressure every time down. They haven't used it at all.
Hollins got in Erving, and the Doctor will come up to the free throw line with the field goal, 102-95. Big field goal, chance for the three-pointer right here.
That's a remarkable play. What a great basketball player when he could put the ball in the hoop with his back turned. He knew his forward position. Look here, grabbed it, spun it up and in. That's incredible, and he got fouled on the play. Foul to Wilkes, his third, and they're in a penalty. He'll have 2 chances to make one.
Have you noticed, I was watching Dr. J here, you know, he played in the ABA and all those years. You notice how good teams follow him around?
There, with the penalty, the three-point play, 102-96. A 6-point lead, and Daryl Dawkins returns.
Now, this is a tough team to put a full-court press on. They got 2 or 3 first-class ball handlers that can bring that ball up.
There's no question about that, but they're down, and time's a factor. 2.5 minutes left in the game.
Nixon from the left corner. 104-96 and 22 for Norm Nixon. Here's Maurice Cheeks with his 4 brothers back in Chicago, watching the brilliant young guard from West Texas State. Hollins goes to Maurice, maneuvers, tied up inside, spins, loose, the Doctor again, left hand rejected, Kareem battling him every inch of the way.
Oh, they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Kareem, and he is really hot. And he made a Fantastic block on Erving's shot, who gave him every fake he has. And off-balance Kareem block, but a foul, his fourth. And there'll be free throws for Philadelphia, but we got a timeout. As the Lakers lead by 8 with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the game.
And the second game in this NBA World Championship Series will come your way on CBS Wednesday night, 11:30 in Philly, 8:30 live Los Angeles.
Watch Erving to the right of your screen. Here's Kareem really with a saddle on his back. No foul there. The play rolls on. Cheeks has it knocked away. It'll be picked up by the doctor. He'll put a shot up. Kareem's going to reject it. And now Julius gets it back, and Kareem right there over his back for the foul. And watch Kareem. I didn't do it.
That could be a very important foul if Philadelphia can catch up and they have to go in overtime or something like that, then Kareem has got 4 fouls.
Turnovers for the game, Russ. Los Angeles 17, Philly 15 in the second half, even at 7. The 76ers hit that dreadfully cold spot early in the third period, and they're still trying to dig out from that hole. Julius with 18 points at the free throw line. Want that one in. 104-97, 2:04 in regulation.
As I said to you earlier, trying to hold him, to contain him is like trying to hold water in your hands. Sooner or later, something's going to get through. Now, he scored most of his points here in the last quarter.
Pressure. Magic comes up on Hollins. It's a 6-point Los Angeles lead over Philadelphia. Westhead directing Cooper to screen out high. 10 seconds on the shot clock. So Philly's defense forced a 14-second runoff, and now it's Kareem with Dawkins. And Earl Strom, the outside man. Picked up the foul against Dawkins.
That's before the shot.
Do it. Daryl Dawkins leaves the first game.
Foul occurred as Kareem was jockeying with the dribble, trying to go across the lane, and he got him with a body, bumping him. And so the Lakers will retain possession of the ball for the next 4 team fouls on Philadelphia.
Plus, they get a new 24, because every violation is 24 seconds, and they need to use up as much time as possible.
Dawkins fouls out, having scored 12 and pulled down with 3 rebounds, and really rebounds could be more important from him in a series such as this. They had a fresh 24 after the foul on Dawkins. Caldwell Jones now inside, knocked free by Hollins, run down by Magic. Cheeks with Nixon. Shot clock at 8. Kareem spins to the baseline. Knocked back to Wilkes, fresh 24. 1:17 left. You can see the time in regulation. Middle of your screen at the top.
Another 14 seconds. That's key.
Magic comes in, dishes Kareem up over Caldwell Jones.
He dunked that ball from about 3 feet away.
And that
Would you
is
believe
playoff
5, Rod?
average. 31 points. Hollins with a 3-point try. Taken off by Wilkes. And here's Nixon inside of a minute. 106-98. The Forum crowd now coming to its feet. They move it into Magic. Magic comes down the baseline and back outside. Nixon in and out. Caldwell Jones, they've got 30 seconds. Here's Cheeks. Jones for the layup. And it's 106-100, a 6-point lead and 25 seconds left on the inbound. And was he fouled that time? Abdul-Jabbar and driven to the floor that time. In the backcourt, and Kareem now will come on up to the free throw line for the Los Angeles Lakers here. With Brad Holland due to check back in and clean up the remaining seconds here in game 1, and our schedule now calling for game 2 in this NBA World Championship Series Wednesday night right here in the Forum. The scene shifts to the Spectrum in Philadelphia next Saturday and Sunday. 32, and he continues to add to that record for the highest career scoring average in the playoffs. As Bill Russell told you earlier, when he was Lou Alcindor, he led the Milwaukee Bucks to a world championship in '71. Then in '74, he lost to the Boston Celtics in a dramatic 7-game championship series with the final game played in Milwaukee. Here we are into game 1. 23 seconds to go. The Lakers in control. Bill, what stands out in my memory of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is when the Lakers need a basket, just when the other team starts to close in throughout this season in the playoffs, he always rose to the occasion, even though the other club knows where that ball is going.
Well, he's just so tough that one thing he's doing this year that I've never seen him do before, he's dunking the ball like he really means it, in a sense that no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to stop it. And he's doing it with such authority that it not only has 2 points on the board, but has a psychological impact in that you can see the intensity in him. And this is something that you don't see in him all the time, much more this season than ever.
Last 23 seconds. Bibby throws one up, and Caldwell Jones tapped it in. It's 108 to 102. The last 19 seconds. Cooper on the dribble, cross court to Brad Holland, who's checked in as they spread out. Here's Magic. And a whistle at midcourt. Bibby and Cooper, it is away from the ball. Personal foul will be called.
And a technical foul will be called when you foul away from the ball. That they used to have they would take the bad free throw shooter and they would look him out wherever he was and foul him away from the ball and then just foul him. And so what happens to stop that, now if you're away from the ball, I wish they'd had that when I was playing. You get a technical foul as well as the foul.
You would add it to Cousy and Sharman's record there. That free throw line. 109, 102. Last 14 seconds. And Norm Nixon has turned in a good first game. Cooper taps it back to Holland, and Bobby Jones still coming with 8 seconds to go. And game 1 locked up by the Lakers at 109, 102.
As I've said to you before, Brent, the first game is the least important of all the playoff games. Although, obviously, the Lakers want this, and it's good to have it. There's a lot of basketball left in these playoffs, but that Philadelphia team is a tough basketball team. We've seen that today because the Lakers played as well as they could to start the second half, and they still were right in the middle of the ball game all the way.
So Los Angeles now has won 13 of its last 14 games. They've won 13 of their last 14 games right here. Their only loss came in the opening game of that Seattle series. And before that, they had another stretch that went right on back to an overtime loss to Milwaukee. And the Lakers beat Philly C at Philadelphia here in game 1, 109, 102. Let's go to Hot Rod Hundley in the Laker locker room.
All right, Magic, come on over here, young man. Congratulations. Another big win for you.
Thank you. It was a tough one, but we hung in, played well together.
Hey, how about when I talked to you before you got to the locker room this afternoon, you said you were still feeling a little bit under the weather, but you sure play like there's nothing wrong.
Well, at first I was a little lackadaisical when it first got going. And then my strength started coming back to me, and I felt really good.
All right, I'll let you get in there with your huddle. I know you one time. They're getting together here in the middle. All right. One more time, huh? All right. Okay. Kareem, congratulations, big guy. Again, on the CBS Most Valuable Player and the way you're playing. You're well on your way to being the MVP in these playoffs.
Well, you know, I've been real fortunate to be with a wonderful group of guys, and you know, my success wouldn't be anything unless we were all here.
It seems like defensively, that's where it's been marvelous the way you're blocking shots. You seem to be more into it, and I guess it's playoff time. That's it.
That's my number 6 defense. I told you about that.
Hey, and you were blocking them again, and it was going right to the players.
Well, that was we just got fortunate on that bounce, but a lot of times that happens because when you got the offensive men running to the board and the ball gets blocked, the defense usually has a better chance to get at it.
Okay, good luck to you, Kareem.
And hi to moms and pops in New York.
Okay. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the Lakers have taken a 1-0 lead in the best 4 out of 7 for the NBA World Championship. We'll be back in the Laker locker room right after this.
$400.
All right, here we're in the Laker locker room with Norm Nixon, Mr. Michael Cooper, and well, you've been hitting that jump shot right at the top of the key and running the ball well.
Well, you know, I was in a little slump before the playoffs, but it came back at the right time, all right.
How about this guy here on my left, Mr. Cooper on the defense?
What can I say? You know, you've seen him out there. He's really the spark we need a lot of times, and he shut a lot of people down for us. And he went out and they did a good job on Julius tonight.
He sure did, and that's my next question. How about playing against the doctor?
Had a rough time today on him. You know, he got a couple of things on me, but still, you know, we did a good job. We made, you know, his shots come hard, and that's what we wanted to do.
You try to deny him the ball when he tries to post you up down low?
Yeah, but I didn't have that much success today, so hope to be better Wednesday.
You know, your team has not won in Philadelphia, so you got to be very aware of that, I'm sure, and keep that home court advantage when you play here Wednesday night.
Definitely, we are going to go up there looking for a split, but hopefully a sweep. So, you know, we just going to play good ball, and I know it's going to go 7.
All right, good luck to you. Cool.
Thank you, Hot Rod.
All right, let's go back to Brent Musburger with highlights.
All right, Hot Rod, thank you very much. If you had to pick out one key stat, of course, Philadelphia going 0 for 8 at the top of the third quarter. That seemed to turn things around. And let's show you what the Lakers did at the reverse end. Magic Johnson was absolutely magnificent in the third period, his first World Championship game. They were working down inside the baseline. Magic will take it back from Kareem and simply slam it home. And this came during the 76ers cold spell. Now watch here. Magic's great strength. He'll grab a defensive rebound, and he can go to the dribble right now. Jamaal Wilkes cutting over the left line is going to fill it. Bobby Jones comes a second from the right, and Jamaal has got the layup. And again, inside offensive rebounding, it is Magic Johnson again. About Philadelphia now as we look to game 2.
Well, they might have learned a few things today. First of all, you got to say that the key might have been the fact that Daryl Dawkins got into early foul trouble and Billy C had to go away from his game plan. They started off the third quarter really bad. They shot like stonemasons, but they were never out of the game. They got 14 or 16 points down. They fought back because they're a fine ball club. Now, they're going to have to make some adjustments defensively and offensively. They're going to have to try to keep Daryl Dawkins out of foul trouble because he's essential to that club, that they have him out there at least 30 minutes. And so with a little adjustment, this is going to be a tough series.
You know, one of the things coming into this series, I really felt that the Laker guards might have a bit of an advantage. Now I'm really not too sure about that. Maurice Cheeks played extremely well in this game. Lionel Hollins, we should point out, was with that injury. He could get even stronger as the series goes along. And there's the veteran over there, Henry Bibby for Billy C.
No, they match up very well at the guard position. As I said before the game, I think that the key for the Lakers, one of the key, very key guys is Norm Nixon. He has to have a good game because if he doesn't have a good game, the Philadelphia guards will eat those guys. They'll destroy them because they're kind of sneaky good. They're much better than you think they are because they get the job done. They're tough, they're hard-nosed, and they're good defensive players.
Spencer Haywood going to get a chance to play?
Well, he didn't get much action today, and they're going to need him because, as I said, if there's one weakness that this Lakers club has, is at the strong forward. And they've got to get a good game out of those guys over there or they're going to be in trouble there.
Thanks to our crew in the forum here on this Sunday afternoon. They'll all be back on Wednesday night. Game 2 of the NBA World Championship Series between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Philadelphia 76ers. It will start at 11:30 in Philadelphia, New York, 10:30 p.m. in Chicago, and live 8:30 right here in Los Angeles. As you can see, the teams reached this. Philadelphia beating Atlanta and Boston. The Lakers, meanwhile, dominating Seattle in the Western Conference Final after beating back Phoenix. So, Game 2. Coming up on Wednesday night, we'll see if Philly C and the 76ers can draw even before the series moves to the Spectrum in Philadelphia for games next Saturday and Sunday afternoon. For Hot Rod Hundley, Bill Russell, and Rick Barry, I'm Brent Musburger saying so long from the Forum in Los Angeles, where the fans enjoyed it here today because the Lakers beat back the 76ers 109-102. Have a nice week, everybody. We'll see you on Wednesday night. The NBA on CBS is a presentation of CBS Sports.